Let's look at another example of a storytelling assessment. In this case, this was a statistics unit in mathematics, and we used the concept of Dungeons and Dragons, the role-playing game, but really what I'm doing is I'm telling a story and I'm creating free choice in an assessment. So much like we saw in the previous example, this is prompting for part one, and I've got a timer on the screen. In this case, I'm just going for that really sort of subtle, nice and relaxing kind of background music, but it has that real adventure-y vibe. I also told a story along the way. So whilst I had this screen up, I was also reading a short script that said, like, you are this person, you're adventuring, you're wandering down the street, I'm telling a story. I can really create that immersion and really role play that to be like the fog is rolling in, you hear the sounds of twigs cracking in the distant forest. As you turn around, you see something approaching you. You can do it however you want. It could be really fun, could be really immersive, really tense, but telling a story that accompanies what the questions are related to can be really powerful. Then I can, as I said, interactive PowerPoint, I can click continue on this. This is where it gets interesting. After passing through the fire door, you find yourself face to face with a bear-like creature. It's too late to run. Attacking is your only choice. You have two options for weapons, a magical short sword and a reaper's scythe. The short sword deals 2d6 damage, as in rolling 2d6 six-sided dice and combining the numbers, and the scythe deals 1d12 damage, as in roll a 12-sided dice once and take that number. At first it seems like these two options are identical in the probability of dealing out damage, but are they really? The bear has 9 health remaining. Calculate the probability for both weapons that you roll at least 9 damage and compare the two to recommend the better weapon for this scenario. This immediately has a very clear application. Rather than just saying, what is the probability of this? There is a story attached to it. The music creates that really tense, immersive atmosphere. You've got the images, you've got the pictures of the choice weapons up the top. And they're doing this problem with things like comparing the two values, and they're providing their own opinion. So we're using that higher end of Bloom's taxonomy by explaining, justifying, and recommending which is the better weapon based on their solutions. So this is another way we can do an assessment by telling a story, building that immersion. The other thing that I added in this assessment is that when the students came in, they chose their dice. So I had a whole range of questions about calculate the probability of this. This scenario happened, you ran into a scarecrow, you need at least this number, roll your dice, what's the probability? But every student could choose a different dice. So they immediately have their own personalization, that one student might have had a 12-sided dice, one might have had a 6-sided dice. It doesn't matter. It's still easy to mark because the probability solutions are easy to follow, but I'm creating more choice and more options and variety within an assessment.